In Trinidad, located just off the Churchill Roosevelt Highway in El Socorro, there is something big going on. Meet Jason, enthusiastic, passionate, a little crazy. He doesn't simply modify cars and trucks. His creations are the result of a driving passion for the perfect combination of innovation, power, and style. But the real boss is Diesel. His opinion is worse than his bark and his bite. The big decisions get put on his plate for a thorough chew-through. This is the team that will take your ride to new heights. This is Bad Granny.
So today on Bad Granny, it's all about motorbikes. More the street bikes and the stunt bikes and the world's fastest bike. It's off to a RAF speed shop to chop apart a brand new Kawasaki 636 and turn it into a stunt monster for the internationals that are coming down. Then we're going to take a look at the Kawasaki H2R, the world's fastest bike. 400 kilometers per hour, 300 horsepower. You know, it's crazy. There's one in Trinidad, and it's probably the fastest thing in the Caribbean. Then it's off to Wobbly Wheels with Stuntin. They have a big stunt show. There's BMX riders, drifters, and of course 2 foreign stunters that go with our local stunters, Quincy and Yassine. The guys on the quad and stuff. It's going to be crazy stuff.
So today we're working on the Kawasaki 2013 model 636. The reason we chose this bike is because it's a lightweight bike and packed with power. They upgraded the engine to a 636 model instead of the 600 for more low-down power.
Alright, so what we do here, we take out these hoses. This is called the smog air mod. You disconnect it from the airbox over there. And what we do, we join it into here and bridge these 2 wires. Right, so when the bike is wheeling in the air, the oil doesn't run up into the airbox itself and cause the bike to smooth. Then we come down to the back here, what we call the tip over sensor. It's basically just taking out a ball bearing inside here. That's like if the bike tilts over, it will cut off the bike. We doesn't want that for wheeling, because when the bike vertical in the air, it will switch off the bike completely.
We're about to put on the gas tank here. As you can see, it's cut and fully customized for all your tank wheelies, high chairs, spreaders, special keys, everything.
Okay, right now we're putting on the aftermarket tank. Right, well, it's a special cut to do like sit-down wheelies, tank spreaders, high chair wheelies. This tank have the curve on it here, so when you sit to do the tank spreaders and certain different types of wheelies, it's much easier. You know, it holds your butt in place basically from sliding straight off.
Okay, so we are going to take out the stock handlebars from the motorcycle and replace them with these aftermarket handlebars, a brand called Convertibars, which we got from No Limit Motorsport in California. Makes it a little more higher feel, a better leverage, which in turn makes it a little more stunt friendly, easier for guys who are doing wheelies and stoppies, etc. So instead of a bend over feeling like that, it's going to be a little more high rise like that. And there's a lot of different adjustments, you adjust it to how you want.
So what we did, we upgrade the caliper bracket. We also upgrade the calipers on them. Running Brembos on both of them. Handbrake, foot brake. This is our idea how the stock one would look. As you can see, the NDC bracket is much more sexier to say. And the Brembo is like top of the end, the best you could probably spend your money on.
The reason for all of these things is to, I guess, make the bike more manageable. It gives us way more control of the bike. We put straight clip-ons to gain more control. We have the best brakes you can buy, which is our Brembo system. 2 Brembo calipers in the back, as well as a Brembo handbrake master cylinder.
So the 636 is all done. It's ready to be stunted. Coming up next is our event at Bad Granny Motorsports with Jesse and Dina. Jesse's actually going to be riding the bike. He has the world record for the longest stoppie at the highest speed, I think 151 miles an hour or something like that. So don't go anywhere.
Inquire about our payment options today. Visit our website at beacon.co.tt to find out about our Be Content insurance plan.
So before the break, you saw us build the 636 at Raft Speed Shop. Now we're going to toss it to the wolves, and Jesse and Dina are going to give it a workout and see how it performs. So that was the Kawasaki 636. Now we're on to the Kawasaki H2R, the fastest production bike in the world. 400 kilometers an hour and 300 horsepower, supercharged 998, a beast of a bike. We got one right here for you to take a look at. KK decided to bring it over to show us right here at Bad Granny. Take a look. So here we clean this brand new Kawasaki H2 Ninja, 1000cc supercharged bike, one of the fastest bikes in the world. A few months old, just released in about March. So boy, how's it feel?
You know, the first time you sit on a motorcycle, you feel that speed. And then you get accustomed to it, you grow accustomed to it, you sit on a bigger bike. And you grow accustomed to that.
On a bigger bike.
Yeah, and they are fast bikes and they are faster bikes. But this is in a class of its own. The thing about it is the supercharger will usually come on at about 4,000 RPM. So you have full power throughout your range of your tack. And
What's the spin to?
it actually at about 10,000 RPM would break the sound barrier, and at full speed it spins over 33,000 RPM. There are very few bikes I would sit on that would actually make your hair raise. This is definitely it.
And it looks really like, I don't know, speed stage. I like the way it has a little pad in the back and stuff is sliding off the back.
That is absolutely necessary, because as soon as you lean on the throttle in this bike, it sucks you straight back. And you hit there. You need that. You need that support.
I think the supercharger would be crazy.
That is it, the supercharger, and it is unlike, there are turbo bikes, there are bikes people put turbos on bikes and so on, but production bike with a supercharger, totally new. This bike is totally restricted. To be legal for the roads.
Isn't this a racing bike that they've restricted down to a street bike?
Yes, it's a track-only bike that they've restricted down to be quote-unquote safe on the streets.
When they have in contentions of it being illegal and to ride it in England, they were thinking
yes,
about
no,
not-
they actually intend on disallowing it on public roads in London proper, London itself. If you want to ride it in England, stay out of the city.
Stay out of the city. They can't ride it in London.
Single piece of forged aluminum out of Kawasaki
33,000
Aerospace Industries, 33,000 RPM.
That's like
With Beacon's You Choose Motor Policy, you select the benefits that suit your style and pocket. Contact us at 623-2266 or log on to beacon.co.tt for a quote today. Beacon, switched on.
So we saw the brand new stunt bike being built and the fastest production bike in the world. Now we're going to throw the stunt bike into the mix and see how good it performs. And who better to do that than Jesse Tola, world record holder.
The Guinness World Record for the longest and the fastest stoppie on the front wheel of a motorcycle, and that took years and years of practice. It took, I think I was at it for 7 or 8 years, getting to the point to where I could actually call Guinness Book and say, I want to do this. The weekend of Guinness Book World Record event, I was going after the longest distance on the front wheel as much as the fastest on the front wheel, and it was crazy. I had 20 minutes one day to do one, and then I had 20 minutes the next day to do the other. And keep in mind, it was very cold. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was about 30 degrees when I woke up. It was very, very cold. And so everything was against me, but I went out there and my goal was 1,320 feet, which is a quarter of a mile. And the first day I went like crazy. It took all of the 20 minutes to make it happen, but the very, very last run, I was able to go 1,320 feet, turn a little bit and get 3 extra inches, so I nailed my goal. The following day, that was the interesting day. The speed record was a big deal. It took most of the track to build up speed to 150 miles per hour, to yank up on the front wheel and hope for the best. And again, it was freezing that morning, so tire, traction, everything was against me. But it took about 4 tries to make it happen, which is good because that's about all you can get. So much heat builds in the brakes when braking at that kind of speed that it'll actually warp the front end, bend everything, and just seize all the bolts. So on my 4th attempt, I was able to come in and hit my goal at 150 miles per hour. And that was it. The weekend was over. I didn't die, and everything turned out extremely well. When I first got the call from Bad Granny, I didn't really know what to expect, but now that I'm here and I see how much effort Bad Granny is putting into building motorsports here in Trinidad, and that's what it really takes. It really takes a lot of people to come in and put a lot of effort into something and getting riders and drivers together to make this really something special. So of course what I'm known for is stoppies. That's when you accelerate the bike, you apply front brakes, and you actually get up to the balance point and you roll as far as you can on the front wheel. You can turn the bike. There's all kinds of variations to a stoppie, but what I specialize in is distance. It's getting to that balance point and holding it and staying there for as long as possible. So we're going to work on some of that today. Acrobatic tricks on the sport bike is really what separates the pros from the amateurs, because it takes a lot of balance to jump up on the bike, and you might be standing on the gas tank or on the seat or jumping around, maybe even steering with your foot, and falling off in some type of weird position could be very harmful. So it takes a lot of balance, a lot of understanding the bike and knowing how it runs and how it doesn't, how it rolls. It goes all the way down to tire pressure. Probably the most difficult trick to master is basically like once we've learned how to wheelie and stoppie and burnout and everything, sitting forwards on the bike, we actually turn around backwards, which is what we call switchback. And it's basically, oh yeah, I know it's difficult. So yeah, like he said, it's scary. You actually have to bark sometimes, because basically once you learn how to ride the bike to the best of your ability, you turn around backwards and you're literally sitting backwards on the motorcycle and you're wheeling and you're doing burnouts and you're doing stoppies, and it's really a whole different level. We might have to demonstrate a little bit of that today. I really can't stress enough how important safety gear is. I've unfortunately been through the ringer. I've wrecked a lot. I've had 14 concussions. I've had 73 broken bones. And it really would have been a lot worse if I wasn't wearing helmets, gloves, jackets, boots, and this guy wasn't here to stand up and hang out with me. But no, safety gear is extremely important. Like you can't ride if you're hurt, and that's a big deal. Like you come out and you crash, you might get banged up, you might be sore the next day, but if you have your safety gear on, you're not road rashed and you're not extremely injured. So safety gear is the most important thing.
So two of our local stunt riders are doing amazing things. Yasin and Quincy. Quincy just happened to be here today visiting Bad Granny. So let's put him in front of the camera and see what he has to say.
I've been riding motorcycles approximately 9 years now. I got into the hobby of riding bikes from both my mom and dad. They both rode motorcycles when I was growing up. I decided to start stunt riding after seeing numerous videos on YouTube, and I always wanted to try and I guess be a bit of a show off. In stunt riding locally, it's a new hobby, a new sport, and it's only starting to fire up in Trinidad, I would say, in the last 2 years. In terms of people telling me it's a bit dangerous, stunt riding, of course there are the challenges and we have to fall every day, but it's something that you're passionate about and you don't mind certain things. You buy the proper gear, you always spend your money on the best gear, the best safety equipment. You always have your bike in the best possible working condition to avoid injury. It is a dangerous hobby, but once you get into it, you find yourself warped in a new lifestyle. Stunt riding for me is a bit of a lifestyle more than a hobby or just something I'm passionate about.
So up next, we take in a tour of Wobbly Wheels put on by Stuntin Promotions.
Inquire about our payment options today. Visit our website at beacon.co.tt to find out about our B-Content insurance plan.
So we're here at Wobbly Wheels with Stuntin. They've really been doing a lot for the promoting of motorbike stunting in Trinidad and Tobago, and this is basically their first pay show. So they've been doing this for a few years, where it's just basically rock up and come and watch them work, and now they brought down some foreign talent and they're amazing. You know, the crowd is huge. They have some drifting going on. They've also incorporated the bicycle riders, you know, so they're really promoting motorsport. Just like Bad Granny, it's all about everyone to promote motorsport so we all do better, you know, as a motorsport community. And this is just a perfect example of what happens when everybody comes together.
So we're at Wobbly Wheels, the event. We had a very great turnout. We're thankful for all of the support that people have continued to give Stunting along the years. We have Joey T from Grand Rapids, Michigan, here with us again for a second show. He was here about 2 years ago, and this time he came with somebody called Sick Nick, and he's from a group called Northeast Chill.
My name's Joe Tabalik. People call me Joey T. I'm from Michigan in the United States. I've been riding for about 8 years and stunt riding for about 7-8 years. I bought a bike when I was about 20 and instantly got into stunt riding because I've seen videos and stuff online and I just really wanted to do wheelies. I guess what I'm really known for in stunt riding is breaking motorcycles and doing big kangaroos, and that's when you're doing a stoppie and do a 180 and then you bounce the front tire off the ground, and I'm getting a couple feet off the ground consistently, and then I just recently learned how to do 360 kangaroo stoppie, which is a very complicated trick, and it took me a month of like riding all the time, a couple times a week, and destroying my bike and my body to learn the trick, and that really has stepped up my riding and motivation level since doing that.
My name is Nick Haripis. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been stunt riding for about 11 years now. I started just seeing a guy on the road do a wheelie and I said, I have to learn how to do that. Now here I am 2,000 miles away from where I did that first wheelie in another country, riding motorcycles, doing burnouts, hanging out. This is unbelievable. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. And like they say, I'm just living the dream. I just love what I do, and I'm able to come here and share that same passion with everybody here that I have never even met before. But it's a great time and tons of fun. One of the tricks that I do is standing on the handlebars and steer the motorcycle with my feet. Just something I did first of all, went back in the day, just standing on the gas tank. Now we take it to another level and do circles on the handlebars. It's just been an incredible feel of balance and bike control. like you guys know, I'm from America, and we certainly could hold events like this. Events like this here in Trinidad and another country only make it more evident that we need to do this back home. This is so awesome, it's such a great event. There's no reason we can't do this at home. Events like this will bring stunt riding to the people that want to see it at home. It gets you off the streets when it's no good. Events like this are paving the way for the future. More and more events like this you'll see everywhere. This is just the first step in a very long road to a very awesome sport.
We want to push stunt riding forward as a major part of motorsports in Trinidad and Tobago, and by doing these shows we bring international superstars and we build the respect of our little island, Trinidad, in the light of stunt riding. And stunting is known internationally as well as locally for stunt riding, and we want to continue pushing that and get more people involved, get the right sponsors on board, get the right people behind us, and get more youths, I guess, growing up or coming up in motorcycle riding to get into stunt riding, which is the entertainment aspect of motorcycle riding.
So Wobbly Wheels is amazing. You had drift cars, drift bikes, stunters, freestyle riders. You had smoke, tires, girls. I mean, what more you want on a Sunday evening and smelling burning rubber and looking at hot chicks. So keep supporting motorsport and keep supporting Bad Granny, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, okay, we get some bacon shark, you know, and as soon as we pulled into Maracas Beach, we went to Bacon Shark, and I seen the sign, it said bake and shark. I thought it was like bacon, like, you know, like pig, like wrapped in bacon shark or something. So they thought it was really funny. I thought it was funny, but I don't know.